Welcome to the Words to Empower podcast, featuring Bishop Frank Stewart, pastor of the Acts Ministry in Conway and North Little Rock. And now, Pastor Stewart.
Because not only did Saul leave a mess because of what he did, 7 of his sons had to be hung. Wow. That's an incredible debt to leave, where it destroys the next 2 generations. So the king said to him, "Where is he?" And Ziba said to the king, "Indeed, he is in the house of Machir, the son of Ammiel, in Lodebar." Then King David sent and brought him out of the house of Machir, the son of Ammiel, from Lodebar. Now when Mephibosheth, say that, Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, had come to David, he fell on his face and prostrated himself. Then David said, "Mephibosheth." And he answered, "Here is your servant." So David said to him, Do not fear, for I will surely show you kindness for Jonathan your father's sake, and will restore to you all the land of Saul your grandfather, and you shall eat bread at my table continuously. Then he bowed himself and said, "What is your servant, that you should look upon such a dead dog as I?" I want to stop there, and I'll just reiterate the story for you. What happens, and my subject is this today. This is my subject because we're dealing with bondages and being set free. My subject is breaking the stronghold and bondages of a victim mentality and regret. What a stronghold. Victim mentality and regret. And they go together. Regret. It will incarcerate you. It will imprison you within yourself to live and be trapped in your past. And it's not just for some of us. It's for all of us. We know the great apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Paul, who wrote most of the New Testament, probably the greatest Christian to ever live. We see Paul. We see what he did in his past, trying to imprison him. Paul said, "I'm nothing, I'm not fit for anything." As he began to put himself down because of what he did 20 years prior, because of regret. It is a powerful bondage. And brothers and sisters, let me tell you, many that are in the house of God suffer with the regret or the bondage of regret and having a victim mentality. When you look at our text today, here's Mephibosheth. Hear me now. Mephibosheth. His grandfather was king. His father was a prince. He was raised in the palace. That's all he knew. He had folks waiting on him continuously. But because of what happened to his father and grandfather and his uncles, all of them died in a day. And they died because of decisions that Saul had made. And when all of them were perishing and they got the news, Mephibosheth, his nurse grabbed him and wanted to run and take him to safety because they didn't know if the armies was coming into Israel. And in her effort to help, she dropped him. And she dropped him in such a way that he became lame in both of his feet. I want you to see that. Lame in both of his feet. You need to understand that so you can understand now he's 20 years of age. 20 years. 20 years old. This incident had happened 15 years ago. And when he looks at himself, he says, "I'm a dead dog." Not even a live dog. He said, "I'm a dead dog." You know what that means? I am worthless. worthless. I am insignificant because of what has happened to me in my past. That's a long ways from being a king's son to now he's dwelling in a place of darkness. Loaded bar. Wow. Living in regret. What if? Whew. Anybody in here got some what ifs in your life? Oh yeah, all of us. All of us. All of us. It's a bondage. God wants us to know how to get free from it. How to come out of it. Just like with Paul, 20 years later, he's talking about himself. He's putting himself down, and then all of a sudden word comes and he says, I am that I am by the grace of God. But regret will keep you in the bed in the morning time. Regret will make you sleep many hours in depression just thinking about what if. If Satan can get you to focus on what if and trap you in your mind, where in your mind you're just wondering, you're just thinking, boy, if I hadn't have done that, if I hadn't have done that, and replaying that scene over and over again, and replaying it where you see yourself not doing it. What would life be like if I hadn't done this? Woo! Anybody have to deal with that? I don't think you're human if you don't have to deal with it. I know some people say, if I had to live life all over again, I wouldn't change a thing. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's only one person that has lived on the planet that wouldn't have to change anything. If we could redo it, there are some things that I would have changed before I came into this world. Come on, see, I don't want to go there with me. We don't want to be realistic. Some of us, if we could have changed some things, we wouldn't have been born in the family. We'd have been born on the same street, but it would have been in a different house. Regret. I believe all of us fits in this boat. I believe that if we could change some things, we would change some things. If we had the opportunity to change some things from 10 years ago, there are some things we would have changed. Oh, can I take you to the bondage so I can break you free from it? There are some decisions that we made concerning relationships that we'd have never made. Some people have a prayer that's a wasted prayer. It doesn't even, it's a prayer that can never be answered. You say, I thought God can answer every prayer. No, there are some prayers that cannot be answered. I've heard people saying, I prayed out, I wish I had never met him. That's a prayer, but that's a vain prayer because that prayer cannot be answered. If only I had a listen. Anybody here, they wish you would just listen to what mama said, daddy said? Regret. Power of it. Regret. So all of us in the same boat. All of us. There are some things that if we could change last year, last month, last week, at the end of the day, when you look back over the day, there'll be some things that if you had it to do all over again. Ooh, that's painful. Jesus, get us out of this in a hurry. But we got to go there. We got to x-ray the thing to see what is going on so we can get delivered from it. Regret. Now watch this, because we're talking about being victimized all over again. Every day of your life. It done happened, it's over, but Satan brings it up And what it does, it creates a victim-like mentality. Here's Mephibosheth, 15 years later, saying, I'm nothing. I'm worthless. I'm a dead dog. Dead dog, you're the son of a king. But stuff had happened to him. Now, this is what you want to hear. This is what you want to see. It's things that happened to you that you didn't have anything to do with. He had nothing to do with what his granddaddy and his daddy was doing. He had nothing to do with being picked up and dropped. And when things happen to you early in life, and sometimes they are frequent, and the devil replays it. You know, you just can't make good decisions. You know that? He replays it over and over. And he lists everything that you've done wrong. And he replays it. But God is saying to us now, you got to move away from that. There are some things that have happened to all of us. And Mephibosheth, he was dropped. And I can hear his prayer, Lord, I didn't do anything to get dropped. I didn't have any control of myself. I didn't make my grandfather go crazy and do things against your will. Why am I in this situation? We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about why some people are born blind and some people are born seeing. We don't want to talk about why some kids are born normal and some are born artistic. I'm touching it now. Dealing with it now. And there's regret. And we live in a place of regret. And because of that, we develop.
For mobile giving, text the amount you wish to donate to 501-302-4242.
The Acts Church in North Little Rock is located at 1224 Franklin Street. And for a powerful word, join us at 9:30 a.m. for our morning worship service. Bible study is each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. For more information, go to actsministriesonline.org or give us a call at 501-329-2055.
Thank you for tuning in to the Acts Ministry Podcast. The Acts Church is located at 1423 Ingram Street in Conway and 1224 Franklin Street in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Tune in each day to hear an inspiring word from Pastor Frank Stewart.
Greetings in the wonderful name of Jesus Christ. My name is Frank Stewart. I'm the pastor of Acts Ministries in Conway and also in North Little Rock. We also have an outreach on John Barrow where we partnership with the city and other ministries there. I want to invite you to partner with us in this ministry. I want to invite you to share with us in propagating the gospel of Jesus Christ. There are many things that we're doing and we're going to continue to do. We have a vision in mind on how to be a blessing to the communities that we're in. So we're asking you to be a partner with us. I believe that God will reward you and he will multiply you. So join us in the Acts Ministry in sponsoring not only this broadcast, but what we're doing in the great city of Little Rock, North Little Rock, and also Conway. God bless you. Greetings in the wonderful name of Jesus Christ. My name is Frank Stewart.
And I'm Jacqueline Stewart.
We want to invite you to our program. I am the pastor of Acts Ministries, located in Conway, Arkansas, and also in North Little Rock, Arkansas.
So join us every Sunday at 4 p.m. right here on VTN for our Words to Empower television broadcast.
I disrespected my parents at home, sir.
I've been more of a leader than a follower. I've been trying to help others to stay on the right track.
Doing good is not really as hard as you think it is.
The Arkansas Youth Challenge is enrolling for young people 16 to 18 years old. If you're having trouble in school or at home, call 1-800-814-8453. We support second chances.